Okay. We'll get rolling here. Obviously, not the outcome we wanted. Obviously didn't play well enough all the way across the board. Started fast, really didn't do much there in the middle, and then tried to come back at the end. It was just too late at that point. So got a lot of work to do in front of us. I didn't think our fundamentals were very good today. I think that needs to improve, and we got to coach better and, make sure that we're doing things to help our team win, both playing and coaching. So execution, wasn't good enough. I mean, just give the Saints credit. They came out ready to go. Stayed consistent. They didn't panic when they got down early and just were able to operate efficiently all the way across the board. So got a lot of work to do in front of us. What we got?
Justin, go ahead.
Hey, Matt, this seemed to be another one of those games where you couldn't get out of the waves or the ebbs and flows of the game. Kind of talked about that a week ago. Just curious, are you surprised at all that you couldn't figure out how to their offense during that 5-drive stretch? I think it was 5 long drives, not too many really big plays. It was a lot of nickel and diming all the way down the field.
Yeah, I think they did a great job on those drives. I think certainly, exactly what we talk about all the time. The game was up and down. Didn't really feel like there was control in the game at all from that standpoint. And those long drives just we may have gotten them off track, and then they would get a play to get back on track, and a little bit back and forth there. Never surprised when you play Sean Payton and Drew Brees. From that standpoint, I think Drew Brees does an unbelievable job of, he's so efficient with the ball, and he's obviously very accurate and very calm and poised. So it doesn't surprise me at all. I think different than maybe one of the games we had earlier in the year. I thought that the guys fought all the way through the game and tried to settle it down at the end, which I think they did, but it's just too late at that point. There's too many drives in between.
Michael Rothstein.
Yeah, hey, Matt, this is your 14th loss in the last 16 games. Why should people still believe that you're the right coach to turn this around?
Obviously, Mike, that's a, hard question. Obviously, we just lost to the Saints. Let's just give them credit for this game. They played extremely well, and I know we got a lot of work to do. Certainly, I think when I came to Detroit, there was a lot of work to do, and that's what we're trying to do. Talking about this year right now, we're talking about right now, these first 4 games, and obviously today wasn't good enough. I think after 4 games, our team can really take a look at itself and say, okay, hey, how do we need to play the games? What do we got to do? We've got some work to do during the bye week here, I think, which will be good for us to really take a look at how do we need to play going forward. And I think that's probably the most important thing from that standpoint is what do we do going forward, and how do we win?
So following on that, all 3 of the losses have been very similar in scope, with double-digit leads that you've lost. Where can you change that at this point? Because it seems like it's the same thing over and over again, just different opponent.
Yeah, I don't really think it's the same thing over, though. I mean, if you want to break it down, Chicago obviously was the end of the game where we didn't do a good enough job. I think Green Bay obviously was the halftime swing, and we never really recovered. In this game, I thought that we obviously jumped out early, but it was so early in the game. I don't really, that's just kind of in the first quarter. I think after that, we didn't play very well in the middle of the game, and I thought that we came back at the end of the game and battled to try to give ourselves a chance to win, and obviously we didn't come through. So I think from that standpoint, those are different. Last week's game is different. The biggest thing for us, really, the bottom line would just be consistency. I think that's what we got to do is we got to be consistent.
Thanks, Matt.
Dave?
Hey, Matt, a couple things just to first follow up on what Mike asked first, I guess. Do you have any concerns about your job heading into the bye week here?
Yeah, again, Dave, let's just talk about the Saints game. I'm just trying to get us to play better than what we did today. So I come to work every day, trying to do the best I can to help this team win. We got great guys in that locker room, and we got to find a way to win.
All right, there was the COVID scare, I guess, that New Orleans had last night. Was there any talk amongst your players about not playing today, or how did that, how that unfolded, I guess?
No, we just got up ready to go. The league obviously has policies and procedures in place to make sure everybody's safe, and we just go play.
And then, you used that one challenge early, obviously. Wanted to know what you saw in that challenge, and then not having that challenge, I guess, did that impact any of the decisions late to not challenge the one fumble and I guess being chief among them?
Yeah, obviously, the one view we saw, which was he kind of landed on top of the defender and when the ball came out. So we thought we had a good chance at it, and it just took a while, and then eventually we saw the other view. So figured it was obviously a game where we were trying to get as many possessions as we could, knowing how good they are, and that one didn't work out. It doesn't matter really in a game, no matter what. When you challenge early, it definitely affects what you do later in the game if things come up that you want to try to challenge. So that's part of the challenge process.
All right, thank you.
Ed?
Matt, you spoke to the success that Drew Brees and the Saints have on offense and what they are coming in. You gave them credit, but you've also, made a career for yourself as a defensive mind in the game. At this point in your career with this Lions team, is there frustration for you that this defense isn't maybe where it should be in your eyes?
I think obviously there's, I think we all think we can play better and coach better. So, from that standpoint, we know we got a lot of work to do, and that's what we got to do. We got to go back and we got a long season in front of us, but we got to get going. We got to get some of this stuff fixed that looks good at some points and not good at other points. That stuff's got to be more consistent than what it is, and a lot of that has to do with the fundamentals. So that's really what we got right now.
And then on the other side of the ball on offense, you guys have started consistently. It's almost like what Bevel draws up on paper seems to be working. The adjustments seem to maybe not be there. Are you seeing a consistency in that through 4 weeks?
Again, I think obviously we've been able to start pretty fast here, which has been great. And I think what we've got to try to do is sustain that, and certainly in a situation where we get up, large numbers here early for us, we got to stay on it. We got to keep our foot on the gas all the way across the board, all three phases, all three.
Okay, time for two more, Larry and then Wojo. Larry, go ahead.
Matt, how problematic was their running game in particular? It seemed like they were really moving your guys off the ball, and share your thinking on going for two late there.
Yeah, definitely. I think the run game is something that they've been doing at a high level, and certainly their defense has stopped the run at a high level. So we knew that was going to be a big challenge for us. I think from our aspect of it, we got to just do a better job all the way across the board, coaches and players, and making sure that we get the run game stopped. There's going to be runs in the game. They've got two really great backs, and they've got an offensive line that runs the ball well. And when those things happen in the game, we gotta answer. As far as the late in the game, obviously, the situation is you look at those where if you decide you're going to go for two, and you can do that or decide that before the first touchdown, then you can go forward and give yourself two chances with the 2-point conversion.
Wojo, last question.
Matt, with the defense and the problems that have persisted, do you yet know what you have personnel wise? Are you still searching for who fits where and which players should be playing more? It seems like every week there's some juggling there. Is that an issue?
Yeah, I think that's we definitely we have some players out there that we want to get out in certain situations, and we're trying to get them out there, and obviously just looking for the consistency, from that aspect of it, and trying to get guys to settle in and play consistent. So from that aspect of it, we're still have some moving pieces.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks.